But every day is different. It's early yet, we just got here, we had lunch. Sit down here. Hello and welcome to the Great Outdoors. Today we're here in Geneva State Forest and we're going to be collecting soil samples. Soil samples of plant beds that you may find in your own backyard. The reason we want to collect soil samples is if you're like me, you go to your favorite retailer or whatever and buy what flowers you need for your backyard, put them in the ground and they die. You know, just do not have enough knowledge to make these poor plants survive. We know that here in the wild, nobody takes care of these flowers but God. So God's got to give them what they need through the soil, through the rain, the sunshine, and put them in a place where they can get what they need. So if we take samples of the beds that these flowers grow in, we'll know exactly what they need in our backyard. So come on along with us and see if you can find out what's wrong with your garden. Okay, what we're going to do now, this is the bag that we're going to collect the soil sample in. We put the date, the coordinates, and the type of soil. This is going to be a boggy soil. Usually this is damp or underwater. But of course with the drought that we have, we don't have any water back here. But this is where we find the carnivorous plants. And I doubt that you're going to get them to grow in your backyard. But we're going to collect the soil sample just to see what is required to get a plant such as a carnivorous plant to grow. Okay, we're going to go ahead and test the soil for moisture now. This Soil Master moisture meter is just something that was bought at Lowe's. It may not be accurate or whatever, so let's just see what we got. Now it's recording its dry conditions, and that would be correct for, because we're in a drought condition. And that's probably why this plant kind of dried up and died. We'll take the soil back and we'll do an analysis of it and we'll see. Alright, so let's go back and check the soil that we saw back here by these little sunflowers. A couple different varieties of flowers growing there, but right here we have a pretty nice bed of these flowers. So let's go ahead and take a sample here. First we're going to check it for moisture. I'm going to check it right at the base of the flower. Being in a drought condition, it's still dry. Okay, so we're gonna go see what the makings of this little fella, what it takes to make him happy. Alright, let's move on. I've collected 2 samples. One from the pitcher plant, which is in the carnivorous part of the forest. The other one we got right down here along the side of the road. It was little sunflowers. So we got 2 samples. We're going to take them back to the lab, well, to the lab, back to the kitchen, and run some tests on them and see what kind of soil we got. Now this one's already marked. We're going to have to go ahead and mark this sample. A small sunflower. These are the asters we've been telling you about. They're very tiny compared to the ones that actually grow out in your yard or that you can buy from Walmart or Lowe's or any of those places. But this is the soil that they're grown in. And you can see there's a number of small plants that grow in this soil. These are very, very pretty. We'll have to look them up and see what they are. What kind of soil they grow in. Okay, so we're going to take a soil sample. It almost looks like sand. Okay, we have our soil sample. Check out these beautiful purple berries. It's called beautyberry. And they come out in fall. Leaves fall off and it leaves these beautiful purple berries behind. I'll have to look and see if they're edible or not, if the animals actually eat them. Or birds seem to be able to tolerate just about any type of berry, but we'll check it out. This is a very, very pretty little wildflower. You see it a lot in the fall. This pretty much lines the whole side of this roadway for probably 50 to 100 feet. So let's go ahead and take a soil sample here and see why this little plant picks a place like this to grow. We're going to take it back off the roadway because the roadway, when you see that little hump, that's just grading from the road. And the flowers kind of grow behind it. So again, we check for unwanted visitors. And we're going to hit back here in this area. Let me see what's been growing at. See where this one comes from. Okay. This one's coming from right here. So we're going to take it from right here. Try not to disturb the fruit. This looks like it's going to be flowering soon. Get the plant all together. Take some pictures of that. Take it back, see if we can identify it. You can identify a plant by its leaf structure, the shape of the leaves, type of flower, and where it grows. If you've got the manual, or you know, I have to tell you that I'm not educated in this field. I enjoy it, and I do it as a just as a nobody. So just bear with me if you would. These little beauties are called blazing stars. That's what they're called. They come in this pretty blue. And there's also a violet. Okay, we're ready to move on, and what we're going to look for is we're going to look for a plant that looks something like this. Okay, This is called sneezeweed, and it's quite abundant here in the forest, or at least it was. All right, let's move on. Sun's starting to go down. We just went through daylight savings time. Show you something. Usually meet these when you're riding the trails, but he's gotten smart and he's built his web off the trail. To let the sun shine on it a little bit, and there it is. That's a banana spider. See if I can get it close. So he's a giant one too. Okay, I'm gonna take a soil sample from here. Okay, this is where the asters are at. Very pretty ones too. Very pretty. Once in a while I gotta stop, hydrate. Whether it's hot, whether it's cold, need to hydrate. There's really no leaves, it's just kind of a small little yellow tiny configuration. So we'll try to get some at the root. Here's some that's right at ground level. So we'll go ahead and pull some soil sample from there. Looks sandy to me. Just want to make sure we don't contaminate our sample. Try to get down to the root. Okay. It starts out as almost like a grass. See it? There it is. I mean, it's not a grass, it just kind of got laid down. It's actually rather long. It grows out of this grass area. All the leaves to this plant are on the bottom. You see there's no leaves here, but they're all down here on the bottom. I'll get the... Alright, it's now 3 minutes after 5. It's just about dark, so we're going to head back and call it a day. Back through the water. Okay, well, it's been a full day, and we sure did have a great time. We got our soil samples. I got a lot of pictures of pretty flowers, and now it's off to the lab. Have our samples analyzed. So join us the next time when we show you just exactly what our samples turned out. But every day is different. It's early yet. We just got here. We had lunch. Thanks for watching. And get out there and enjoy the great outdoors.